The problem of unemployment gives rise to the problem of poverty. Young people, after a long time of unemployment, find the wrong way to earn money. To get a hideout from the unemployment stress, they accept alcohol or drugs. But we have found a way to help you, yes, you, to get a job, internship, or become self-employed. Hi, my name is Irene. Do you want a place where your innovative ideas and inventions will be amplified and showcased to the world to attract investors and linkages? Are you interested in building a career in the oil and gas industry? Do you have desire to learn cinematography and photography at no cost? Do you want financial aid or seek capital for entrepreneurial development? Or are you interested in ICT software development and surveillance training? Well, YIG Africa is the biggest and newest platform to help you achieve your dreams. As YIG Africa, we will hold your hands through the process by offering you the needed mentorships, trainings, fundings, and linkages. All YIG Africa programs are free for our members. So, hurry now, register and become a member of YIG Africa. How do you register? Simply log on www.yigafrica.com/membership to choose your preferred membership category. When done, a unique membership code will be sent to you. Use your membership code to apply at www.yigafrica.com/programs. Download the form, fill it, scan it, and send it back to us at programs@yigafrica.com. To get all our announcements and updates, join our Telegram group for direct conversations at t.me/YIG Telegram. Being a part of YIG Africa and getting our free trainings will be one of the best decisions you ever made. Your future self will thank you.
Favor Esezobor, a graduate of economics and a postgraduate, that's an MSc graduate of development economics, all from the University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
How did you hear about YIG Africa?
Okay, I learned of YIG Africa from the president himself, who happens to be my leader, my mentor, my brother, long before now. So when he shared this vision with me, I was so excited about it because I realized I was a global vision and was definitely going to stand the test of time. So I bought into it immediately and I registered with the platform. And honestly, it has been a wonderful experience because via this platform, I have learned what I didn't want to learn in university, honestly. I'm really, really grateful and I'm happy to be a part of this project and initiative. They have to plug into this opportunity. Honestly, we are canvassing, we are creating awareness as much as possible on social media, and we ensure that as many people that come across this program, they should key into it. So we are telling as many youth as possible to come and be a part of this, because the trainings we've undergone this period, we didn't pay for it. And these are trainings that you actually spend a whole lot of money, especially in the oil and gas. You spend a whole lot of fortune to acquire this training. So every young one out there with engineering background who have dreams of becoming an entrepreneur should come and key into this YIG Africa platform, because you never know how far they will take you. Do you know that these trainings we've acquired, we're not just acquiring the training, they are even making plans as far as getting us employment. They are talking with organizations, and we're not paying for any of this. Honestly, every youth out there, if you hear of the name YIG Africa, please subscribe from wherever you are. You don't have to be present alone to be a part of what is going on. From wherever you are, you can actually participate virtually. You can decide to come to where the program is happening physically. So what I'm trying to say in summary is, from wherever you are, please key into this platform. It's a beautiful opportunity and experience you'll be glad you're a part of. Yes.
My name is Esosa Aresono Gloria.
And your academic background?
I'm a linguistics and communication student from the University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
So where are you and where What brought you here?
Okay, I'm currently in oil training facility. I was brought here by YIC Africa for a training that has been very impactful. That's why I'm here.
And so, how's your experience been?
Amazing, very beautiful. It's a very wonderful opportunity YIC Africa has given to us, young engineers and inspiring engineers. It's amazing. Words cannot express how much I feel right now. I am really, really overjoyed. I am amazed. I'm perplexed, let me put it that way.
So take us through the journey from when you heard and how you heard about YIC Africa and,
Okay.
and up to now where you find.
Okay. I've been a member of YIC Africa for like some months now, and they do an annual training for their young members, and this was a platform I was opportune to be a part of. I started as just a member, initiated into the process of being a young engineer by doing all the trainings that they're doing right now. It has been a wonderful platform. I started without knowing anything about HSC, without knowing anything about rigging and sligging, without knowing anything about Rustabout. But due to the training, I have been informed, exposed, and lightly educated about these processes. And I'm very informed right now. I think by now I am a certified HSC officer, I'm a certified Rustabouter, and I'm a certified rigger and a sligger. And put it that way.
So what's your advice to young people out there?
If you are an engineer and you're not here, you're missing out. You should be a part of YIC Africa. It's the mothership right now. The platform Mr. Kingston and the entire YIC Africa crew has been giving to young engineers. It's amazing. I think the government even should adopt this pattern. It's a very beautiful platform that every individual should be a part of.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, YIC Africa. Thank you, Oil Train. I'm very grateful.
They actually gave us courses, important courses or salient courses that are well sought for in the industry, a lot of experiences from very good courses.
So what's your advice to young ones out there?
Because it is a very good opportunity for them, and also they should be positive, and they should keep on looking for opportunities like this. They should keep sticking out for opportunities like this that will help them and enhance their skills in the future.
My name is Alfred Baratwaikre from Bayelsa State, a graduate from Niger Delta University. I study agriculture and environmental engineering.
How did you hear about YIC Africa?
I heard about YIC Africa from my social media platform, Facebook to be precise, and I followed up immediately.
So what has been your experience so far?
My experience has been good. I've got to learn a lot about the oil and gas industry. I get to acquire about some new skills that I've never heard before, about some new courses that are very interesting.
Okay, so what's your advice to the young ones out there?
My advice to the young ones out there is that they should grab this opportunity. It's a rare one.
My name is Anyogo Douglas Omar. I'm a geophysicist and I'm from Cross River State and I'm a member of YIC Africa.
How did you hear about YIC Africa?
Oh, I heard about YIC Africa from a friend of mine. She actually pitched the idea to me and I studied about it online and I saw what they were doing. It was a wonderful idea and I keyed into it.
So how has your experience been so far?
Well, my experience so far has been wonderful in the sense that I've actually learned a lot of courses relating to the oil and gas industry. And as a matter of fact, before this program, I didn't really have much interest in the industry. But coming for the program, I'm now interested in working in the industry and I've gotten the opportunity to meet some nice people too. So it's been a wonderful experience so far.
So what's your advice to young ones out there?
Okay, so I believe that to get paid, you have to offer a service. And how do you offer a service? It's by rendering a skill. So in today's world, you need skill sets. And if you want to acquire a skill, come to YIC Africa. There's no better place to be in. Thank you.
I am Rufus Ahibi Ogiamia. I am from Edo State. I attended the University of Port Harcourt. I read mechanical engineering.
Okay, how did you find out about Africa?
I got the information from a WhatsApp platform where a friend posted it, and I went online, read about them, and I discovered all they do, and it was appealing to me, and that was how I picked interest and I joined.
So how has the experience been so far?
It has been so wonderful. It has been very wonderful because we've learned so many things around here. There are some things, in fact, it changed my orientation about the oil and gas sector. Everything we thought would have been possible before just became possible through YIC Africa. So it has been so wonderful. It's so nice.
Okay, my name is Onyebuchi Onwebule. I'm from Imo State, a graduate of chemical engineering from Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and I'm also a trainee in the ongoing YIC Africa oil and gas training program.
How do you hear about YIC Africa?
Okay, I heard about YIC Africa on social media, Facebook precisely.
How has been your experience so far?
The experience has been awesome. It's been a wonderful experience. From the organizers to the trainers, they've greatly impacted on us and acquired a whole lot of skills, from rigging and slinging, roustabouts, and so many other courses.
So what's your advice to young ones out there?
My advice to young ones out there is if you've been thinking of how to acquire skills in the oil and gas sector and other sectors, come to YIC Africa. You'll be trained.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please tell us about yourself.
Okay. My name is Amadi Victor Chimene. I'm from Rivers State, a petroleum and gas engineer from University of Port Harcourt.
Okay, so how did you hear about YIC Africa?
I was being referred to YIC Africa by my mentor. He told me about the platform, and I was able to get access to them.
Okay, how has your experience been so far?
Well, my experience so far has been really great. The journey has been really wonderful. I've been able to get lots of experience. I've been able to learn so many things from YIC Africa. And it has been really, really a great journey, I must say.
So what's your advice to young ones out there?
I would advise those young ones out there, they should try to locate where YIC Africa, to try to come across this platform. This is a wonderful platform. You get to have so many knowledge, experiences, both industrial and non-industrial experiences, and it's really a nice one. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Miss Inebasi Titus. I'm actually a HND holder in accountancy department, but I had a science background in my secondary school. I did all sciences and I passed them with alphas and with credit levels. But fate had me to do accounting. Engineering course is one of the programs I actually wished to do for a very long time. So when I had the opportunity this time around, I had to enroll in YIC Africa as one of the young engineers, and I came in for the training.
How did you hear about YIC Africa?
Well, courses, I actually met a friend of mine that told me about YIC Africa, that they were online, gave me the mail address, and I had to go online to search for it. When I saw it, I had to register, and I started attending the lectures. Since I attended the lecture, it's really been awesome, I must say.
So what's your advice to young ones out there?
Well, especially for the engineers, if you have done any of the engineering courses, though YIC Africa is not really limited to people that have interest. YIC Africa has a facility in Uniport that they are kickstarting. So any of those areas, you can actually avail yourself the opportunities and join YIC Africa.
My name is Bob Osmond from Akwa Ibom State, HND holder, Petroleum and Natural Gas Processing Engineering at Petroleum Training Institute, Delta State.
How did you hear about YIC Africa?
YIC Africa was sent to me by my boss and said that anything I need about a petroleum industry, that YIC Africa will let me know, starting from the beginning, and anything at all I need in the oil and gas industry, and they will let me know.
So how has the experience been so far?
I had enough experience, some of the things that I did not learn in my school, I learned it here, something like NDT.
I'm Shigozi Anthony Arazo. I studied chemical engineering at Nazareth University, Oka. Okay, how did you hear about Link Africa? Okay, that was when I was done with school. So I was actually trying to bridge the gap between my theories I got from school and the experience. So I started browsing about and I saw Link Africa on social media. So I went to the website and I browsed through. So I saw a lot of trainings like rigging and slinging, rostabout and rig helper, and those things were amazing. So I registered here, and I'm done. I'm done with some courses like rigging and slinging, rostabout and rig helper. Now I can comfortably do some load calculations and what have you. So I'm actually very, very satisfied. So how has been the experience so far? Very beautiful. We had some hands-on experiences and we actually taught well. So this is actually our training facility, and Geek Africa has been so amazing. So what's your advice for young people out there? Okay, so young people out there, the young professionals, my colleagues that studied engineering, this is actually a big opportunity. I beg of you, I actually advise you people to come to go to the website, just www.geekafrica.com. Go just type Geek Africa, it will come up. Go there, register. The registration is so clearly stated and so cheap. And what you are gaining here is absolutely free. And they are going to bridge your gap between theories and the experience, and you'll be relevant in the field. Thank you so much.
My expectations from these trainings is that we would have better trained people, youth who have been empowered to be able to use their skills and their abilities to better their lives and to better our nation.
Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club Geek Africa, River State University Oil and Gas Training Center. Today is an epoch-making event and we are superlatively excited about it.
I had some tantrums of saying, I can't do this is too hard. When I was a kid and comparing myself to everyone else and saying, I can't do it, I'll never be able to do that. My parents always sat me down and said, look, Nick, yes, there are things that you can't do, but don't say, I can't do it. Ask yourself, how can I do it? You know, there's ways around it. You can get from one side of the mountain to another, but you don't just have to walk over it. Maybe you can go underneath it or around it, or there's always ways in achieving the same goal. The way that I've achieved in my life doesn't always look the same for everyone else. But the key to that success was I believed in myself. If someone else could do something, then I could try and work out how. It starts with believing in yourself.
The problem of unemployment gives rise to the problem of poverty. Young people, after a long time of unemployment, find the wrong way to earn money. To get a hideout from the unemployment stress, they accept alcohol or drugs. But we have found a way to help you, yes, you, to get a job, internship, or become self-employed. Hi, my name is Irene. Do you want a place where your innovative ideas and inventions will be amplified and showcased to the world to attract investors and linkages? Are you interested in building a career in the oil and gas industry? Do you have desire to learn cinematography and photography at no cost? Do you want financial aid or seek capital for entrepreneurial development? Or are you interested in ICT software development and surveillance training? Well, Yeek Africa is the biggest and newest platform to help you achieve your dreams. As Yeek Africa, we will hold your hands through the process by offering you the needed mentorships, trainings, fundings, and linkages. All Yeek Africa programs are free for her members. So, hurry now, register and become a member of Yeek Africa. How do you register? Simply log on www.yeekafrica.com/membership to choose your preferred membership category. When done, a unique membership code will be sent to you. Use your membership code to apply at www.yeekafrica.com/programs. Download the form, fill it, scan it, and send it back to us at programs@yeekafrica.com. To get all our announcements and updates, join our Telegram group.
Hello, good afternoon, Nigeria. Good afternoon, Africa. It's really exciting to be here again for yet another day of the Business Development Conference. It promises to be explosive, expository, empowering, and all that it has been to you so far. If you're just tuning in, be informed that this program is streaming live right now on YouTube. It is streaming live on Facebook and other social media platforms. And so it's imperative to know how to participate in this program. And it's easy how to participate in this program is on the live session on this YouTube channel. While the section is going on, you're advised to place your questions. You're advised to place your questions on the comment section while the session is going on, so that after the speaker is done presenting, it's easy to take those questions and all of that. Once again, I want to say a very big welcome to you. I see that our resource person has been here patiently waiting for us, and we really want to appreciate him. He's right here, and in due time, I'm going to introduce him very well to us and bring him right on stream. I see the president and founder of the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club right present at this program, and in a few seconds, he will be giving us a welcome address. Once again, I want to say a very big welcome to every one of us right here. Thank you so much for tuning from all over the world, all over Africa. God bless you. And without further ado, it's imperative right now to bring the president and founder of the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club, who will be here in just a few seconds. In about 30 seconds from now, he will be giving his speech. Right. Without further ado, I see the president of the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club is set and ready to give his welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Engineer Kingston Sylvanus. You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Africans. Good afternoon, Nigerians. Wherever you are, welcome you. Thank you for the privilege to be a part of this very serious impact giving conference, business conference. This is the tree of event. For us at Teak Africa, we are poised to do whatever we can to support African development. What is needed for us to achieve that? So, the business conference is one of such a tasks ahead of us for us to do to ensure that we prepare people, those who want to be in business, because we believe that if your business is working, guys on the streets are investing 25 graduates every now and then, and there's no corresponding jobs to people on the streets. The task before us is fighting the triple barrier problems within Africa, which is unemployment, unemployability, funding. So this business conference is one of such conferences we are organizing to ensure that people learn how to do their thing. Information is power, knowledge is critical to enable you to do your business. It's a popular balance that if you're not informed, you become. So we at Teak Africa, I feel it's important that we put this conference to educate those who are already business owners, to educate those who want to grow their economy, want to develop themselves. So let me quickly thank the other speakers one of this very conference. That's the president of the Business School, Cadence Business School, Dr. Sipa Paula, Macau, Joseph Jerefaka, the special technical advisor to the Honorable Minister, all of you, Dr. Frank Patrick, and every other person, staff until they left from LNG, but be part of this very conference. This afternoon, we are with our boss of all bosses, very vibrant, articulate, Nigerian, African, who have been, contributing immensely to the growth of business in Africa. It's not a mistake that we invited them to speak for this afternoon. It's an embodiment of wisdom, knowledge, everything that's needed to make the business work is inside of you. So inviting them to speak at this very conference is very critical and important to us. Therefore, let me very seriously, on behalf of us at Teak Africa, thank Mobani Jaganani, the Managing Director and CEO of Total Support Energy Limited, for accepting to be part of this conference. And the live audience here, let me also thank you for finding to be here, to be part of this event. This event is viewed live on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media handles. This event will have over 6,000 people registered to participate in this event. So let me thank every one of you who are joining us now, and those who will join us in the United States, that you're welcome for Teak Africa platform, the conference, the team, panelists, Thank you again and again, the moderator of this event, Dr. Noble. Thank you, team, to our life. I want to also thank you, all of you, for being a part of this very serious event. Again, thank you and God bless. Happy New Year.
Right, thank you so much, the president and founder of the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club. Once again, I want to thank each and every one of us for making it to this program at such a time as this. I want to say a very big thank you to you for tuning in. Thank you so much, and you can be sure every second of your time here is Business Development Conference. COVID is the YIG Africa Business Development Conference with quintessential and economic bigwigs who have been the speakers so far. On the day one, we had Dr. Silva Opala Charles, the president of Garden City Premier Business School, who spoke on unlocking growth and job opportunities through corporate entrepreneurship. And of course, all of these talks, all of these lectures are right on this YouTube channel for your reference. On the second day, we had Engineer Emeka Unachukwu, the president and founder of Develop You. Engineer Emeka Unachukwu spoke on securing business grants and funding for business, for enhancement and business owners in Nigeria, for entrepreneurs and business owners in Nigeria. And he brought it down to earth. He brought it down to earth and brought it right at our doorstep for us to take chances, to take advantage of the opportunities. And of course, he rolled out about 7 various grant opportunities where we can apply at the moment immediately and get these grants all secured. Where else can this be apart from the Business Development Conference of the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club? On the day 3, we had Engineer Chief Guadomenico Massari, who spoke on the power of partnership and collaborative work plan development. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been so beautiful, it's been so edifying, if you ask me. It has also been so educative. And today we have Engineer Dr. Ubani Nkagineme, who is the president, managing director and CEO of Total Support Energy, who will be speaking on the place of business process management and organizational structure for business development and prosperity. Before I bring him on stream, it is imperative that we know just a brief about the heavyweight right here who is about to deliver this lecture. He is the president and founder of Total Support Energy Group. He studied electrical electronics engineering, and of course, he is a Schlumberger certified professional electrical engineer. He had his first degree from the University of Nigeria, a Bachelor of Engineering, of course, and his PhD in Harvard University. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the lead engineer, the Gershon Lahman Group, and Council of Energy Advisors, Association of Leading Electrical Engineers, Petroleum Geologists, Consultants, and Energy Professionals who collaborate part-time with investment professionals to promote business innovation and investor education. He has a key competence in delivering challenging engineering projects. He has a couple of awards right on his own honor. The Gold Award by the Society of Petroleum Engineers, the Distinguished Alumnus Award of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the National Association of Chambers of Commerce. He got the Gold Award for Excellence. He got the West African Business Integrity Award, the Best Technical Innovation and Presentation at the Offshore West Africa. He got the award for Technical and Commercial Innovation by U.S. Embassy in Lagos. He has a core business interest in viable mid to long-term projects in the clean energy, marginal field, and environmental sector that benefits your business, our communities, our clients, the government, and of course, the environment. Recently, he had delivered on a couple of projects with a few ongoing, some of which are the Boni Community and NLNG clean energy projects, the logistics of and engineering support for NLNG train 1 to 6, ongoing and advisory to Shell on distributed generation, the Clean Development Mechanism and Sustainability Process Advisory to SPDC. Ongoing is that he is part of the advisory to Schlumberger Group, and a lot more to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to invite right here Engineer Dr. Ubani Nkagineme, who will be speaking once again on the place of business process management and organizational structure. Please, with a round of applause from the live audience, please make welcome Engineer Dr. Ubani Nkagineme. Welcome, sir. You're welcome, Doctor, to the show.
Thank you very much, Odoy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, Odoy, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly, sir. Very clearly, sir.
Okay, very good. It's good to be here. Okay, very good. Said it's good to be here, and today we will delve into a little bit of business. Normally, I'm used to talking about engineering, but the business end of it is also very, very important. Today, we are going to look at the boundless opportunities in the new normal post-COVID. Just to put it on record, I personally believe we're going to live with COVID for a while. So the new normal includes COVID. For young people, I like talking to especially young engineers a lot. The opportunities are there. But I'll tee off a little bit on a tangent and tell you that, yes, the opportunities are there. Opportunities will always be there. Challenges are also there. It's very important for the young people to start seeing challenges like opportunities. In Nigeria, we have boundless challenges. We have so many problems, but I would rather, especially our young people, start looking at these challenges as opportunities. Today, I'll just touch on a few of those challenges and the opportunities that go with it. And it's very important for you to come to terms with the fact that, yes, there are challenges, there are opportunities. For you to be able to get to the opportunities, you need to be ready. The opportunities will be there, but if you're not ready for it, you will miss it. So it's very, very important for us to realize the importance of having the right structure, having the right mindset, being prepared to take on the opportunity when it presents itself. It's no good saying, yes, there are so many opportunities in Nigeria, but if our young people are not ready to exploit those opportunities, they will be wasted. And even worse than the waste, if our young people do not step up, foreign brothers will step in and use those opportunities. And I will highlight some of the areas where this is happening already. If Nigerians will not solve our problems, our Indian, Chinese, and European brothers will step in and solve those problems and reap the benefits of providing solutions to our challenges. So it's really, really, really critical that we pay attention to some of the things that many people consider as mundane. And these are not things you talk to young engineers about normally, but it's very, very important that you pay attention. And I will use real life examples to highlight what I'm talking about. I do not see a means to share my screen, but I'll just talk through it. Let's say you're a young person. You see a business opportunity. You want to exploit it. You do not have capital. You do not have money. You will not be able to borrow from your dad or your uncle or some angel investor. Even if they gave you that money just like that, you're more than likely, 95% likely to blow it. So being prepared is very, very important. Now, in a typical, if you take a typical bank, you go to borrow money, they are going to ask you certain questions. And those questions will center around 4 to 5 key areas where they see risk. They are going to ask you this thing you want to do, the input to that business, is it assured? This is what is called supply assurance. They are going to ask you, this thing you want to do, are you qualified? Are you in a position to do it? Or do you have a contractor that is very qualified to do it? They're going to ask you, this thing you want to do, Seth, is there a market for it? That's what they call market assurance. And indirectly, they will be asking you, is there a demand for it? Demand is different from market. There may be demand for things, but it's not in the market, and vice versa. So it's important you look at what people who may give you money are looking for. And it's very important that our young people start having that mindset early on to build wealth, not just to make money and spend it. We are talking about productive wealth creation here. Nigeria is famous for consumption, sadly. So we are depending on the young people to change that narrative and spin it around and slowly become famous for productive capacity, not just consumption capacity. So it's important you understand, if you go out today to set up a business, what are they looking for? They are going to ask you, do you have a registered business? So you will need to learn and actually know how to go about registering your business. Once you register that business, are you qualified? Are you trained to do this thing you want to do? If you're not, knowing all the requirements will help you go and get the correct type of training that you're going to need. But even if that is not your specialty, you should know enough to go and get someone who can do what you want done in a professional manner, because ultimately the person who will give you money will demand for that. You're going to have to develop that market. Many times people need things, but they don't know they need them. You're going to have to create the awareness in your potential customers so they know they need it. Many years ago, people were happy with their wired phones. Mobile phones came, we missed the first wave in Nigeria. When it became apparent we needed to go mobile, people had to be shown and convinced that, oh, you need to have a mobile. Of course, all kinds of negative news about mobile phones and all that. But today, we are here. Nearly everyone in Nigeria has a phone. And it has multiplied like wildfire. And that business is one of the biggest employers of labor. So we need to see our challenges today in Nigeria as massive opportunity to solve problems and also create massive employment. We need employment for our teeming youth. So look at the challenges we have, also look at the opportunities that are there. If you look at the richest and wealthiest people in the world, most of them did not really set out to go making money. They actually set a societal problem. Take Google, take Facebook. Google went out to find a solution to searching for information. And there are so many people like that. Look at Microsoft, look at Apple. They all set out to solve a problem that impacts millions, if not billions of people. Along the way, they make money. So our young Nigerians must develop that type of mindset. And once you have that mindset, you will now find out that there are indeed boundless opportunities in the new Nigeria of today. Today, our biggest problems are power, fuel, healthcare. These are the big ticket items. Of course, we have so many other problems that bug the everyday Nigerian. Each of those problems presents opportunities. So if you look at that, you will now start to realize that, yes, we have problems. You will also now realize that, yes, we do have opportunities to do things about it. Let me use a real-life example of something we are deeply involved in right now. Today, we are flaring tons of gas. Also today, we are importing fuel like crazy. We export crude. The money we make, we use it to import fuel. Also today, we do not have enough power. So here we are burning enough gas as flares to generate all the power we need in this country. Here we are exporting our crude and using the money to import petrol. You ask yourself, is this normal? Of course it is not normal. All these things we're talking about centers around consumption. We are producing raw materials. We are not adding any value to it. And we're just consuming. No country can move forward in that type of scenario.
True.
It is not rocket science. And even if it were, there are Nigerians, especially young people like you, who will understand it. So, yes, we have challenges, but I'd like you people to look at it this way. Yes, we have massive opportunities. In the scenario I've just described now, flare gas, power deficit, fuel deficit, therein lies opportunity to create opportunity for millions of young people. By the time we implement programs that will stop the flare, serious direct and local foreign investment will go into that sector. If we're able to harness our flare gas, we will reduce pollution. We will produce enough power, enough alternative fuel that will be cheaper, cleaner, and we will at the same time reduce our dependence on importing petrol. And if we get it right, we will start building modern, small modular refineries all over the place and make our own petrol in country. By doing that, we're also creating employment. Just this small chain I've described for you can create in the next 3, 4, 5 years, easy, 5 to 6 million jobs. Yes, it's easy to say to do this, you require leadership at the top. True. But you also require leadership from the bottom. And personally, I like to tell people, you can scream at the top of your voice, complain about leadership at the top, but where you are you leading? What are you doing? The small you can do, have you done it? And for you to be able to do that small that you can do, you need to be prepared. You need to acquire the knowledge. You need to understand the legal and regulatory processes that you need to fulfill to be able to qualify. Once you do that, you have to roll up your sleeves and be prepared to fail many times. I'm sure you guys have heard the saying that failure is actually a part of success. Most likely you're not going to succeed at your first try. So, is it going to be easy? No. Is it hard work? Yes. Does hard work kill? No. So as young people, you have to ask yourself, what can I do? Even if my parents and my big brothers and sisters handed me a lemon as a country, am I going to accept it? The answer should be a definite no. The other part of what you need to give some serious thought about, and I always ask young people whenever I get the opportunity to talk to you guys, who is your role model? And it sounds like a very simple question. The facts on the ground can be depressing. Today, and I don't mean this badly, today money rules a lot of things. Our young people are so focused on what is glittering. You have to ask yourself, this thing I'm looking at, is it sustainable? Is it productive? And the truth of the matter is, the real money is in the long haul. So always, whatever it is you want to do, ask yourself that basic question. This thing, is it sustainable? Is it going to be a flash in the pan? And if you look, there are role models in every field of endeavor, starting from engineering, even down to politics. We like to abuse the politicians, but if you look, there are politicians who are role models, who stand up and say, look, we need to hand over something that is viable to the youth so that they too can improve on it and hand it to the next generation. Great countries, you name America, Britain, Europe, Singapore, Japan, these countries did not become successful overnight. Pick any one of them, you will hear some horror stories of how they failed, but the trick is, are you robust enough to rebound? And for you to get to where you're that robust, you need to be prepared. It doesn't happen overnight. So you need to train yourself, you need to learn, you need to be compliant with what the regulatory authorities need. That way, when that opportunity knocks, you'll be ready, regardless of the level and intensity of that opportunity. If you're not ready, you will miss it. And then you start looking for easy ways out. And usually easy ways out leads you into a rabbit hole that doesn't end very well. Maybe we'll stop here and take some questions. The questions may open up areas we need to focus on. So Odoye, I don't know if there is opportunity for people to ask questions on this forum.
Yes, of course. There are opportunities for people to ask questions. We'll pick up a few questions if some have started rolling out.
Maybe, Odoye, you can read out some of these questions if you have them. I do not have access to see them.
Okay, we'll try to bring them up. Just we'll bring them up for you to see. However, I'm going to read those of them in just a. So you talked about mentorship. Who is your mentor? As a very crucial question that you would ask the average young person. We would want to know if you persons do not really understand the complete concept of what mentorship is or who a mentor is, let alone knowing the dynamics on how to, will I say, adopt one. And of course, followership or extracting the virtues from that mentor has its own dynamics. Could you please throw more light on that? Hello, sir.
Definitely. Who your role model matters deeply. It's a very strong indication of what your intent is. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me, Odoye?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Hello. Okay, awesome. As I was saying, who your mentor or your role model is matters a whole lot, because that's a window to what you want to be in the future. It's a window to how you want to behave. It's a window to how you want to go about things. Regardless of the profession, your role model should be someone who has a positive impact on his or her environment. Once you go beyond that step, there are so many other things to start looking at who your role model is. If your role model is a dictator, for instance, it just tells anybody looking that, okay, yes, this young person is aspiring to be a young dictator. If your role model is Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, it tells me immediately that this young woman wants to learn, be very educated, work hard, not cut corners, and is willing to put in what is required. Any field you can think of, there are tons of role model. What has happened in Nigeria is that suddenly you will find young people from across the board. What they see is maybe the Senate president, maybe the governor, maybe they all want to be that. And the end result is we ignore where their skill set and possible impact is highest. And you have so many chasing after something that is not attainable. And we as a society will end up losing the talent that we should have utilized at every level. So that's why I keep saying who your mentor is and who your role model is very, very key to achieving and utilizing all the opportunities that are available out there. Because your role model and your mentor will point you in the right direction. And what's good for you guys to know is that once you're moving in that right direction, regardless of what your profession is, you can rise all the way to the top. Whether you're a teacher, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you can rise to the top. There can only be one governor in a state. There can only be one deputy governor. There can only be one president. So the point I'm making is choose your role model carefully. Make sure you can actually have access to this, your role model. And you may find out that by the time you have access to your role model may give you access to his or her own role model. And before you know it, your role model gives you a back channel to the top of the pyramid. Does that help explain it a bit more, Joy?
Yes, it does. It reminds me of a popular saying that that a chicken may not have the wings to fly up high, but if he can find his way on the wings of an eagle, wherever the eagle lands, that's where he lands. And in the light of talking about a role model, in the dynamics of getting or adopting a role model, you talked about accessibility as one. Are there others we should look out for? And of course, I believe from your explanation, you were also referring to those who are high flyers. Are there other dynamics we should look out for? Accessibility is one, of course. That person has to be up there in your area of choice. What else should we look out for? Any others, sir?
We have to define accessibility. Let's say you live in a village and you decide, okay, this person living in Port Harcourt is my role model. but you're living in village. Let's say you're living in Eche somewhere. There's a teacher that teaches you. So start picking your role model to people you have immediate access to. That way, it could be a science teacher, it could be an art teacher, it could be a history teacher, religious knowledge, whatever. By interacting with that your role model, you will find out that once he takes up the idea of you being his mentee, he will give you his shoulders or her shoulders to stand on while you're looking beyond him. And he sees beyond what you're seeing, so he's going to point you in the right direction. But if you're sitting in a chair and dreaming of the governor as your whole role model, how are you going to meet him? You have to start maybe from the local government chairman, maybe the councillor in your ward, and you take it from there. I want you guys to dream dreams, yes, but don't dream impossible dreams. Dream dreams that you can actually attempt to do something about.
Okay, thank you.
I saw a question flashing by.
Yes.
Can you read that one? Yes, it says, how would my organization be different if we implemented process-based management? Okay, this is a great question. This assumes you're in an organization already, you work in it or you own it. As I alluded to when we started, if you look at, say, what a bank requires from you, a lot of it is process-based. Let's say what a client requires from you, a lot of it is process-based. They need to know that you're doing things in a certain way so that you can predict the outcome. If you're not running a good process, your outcome will be unpredictable, and nobody wants to deal with unpredictable things.
True.
So process-based management, that's why you see people, they want to know, are you certified in this? Are you certified in that? Once you say yes, it shows that you have gone through a learning process. It shows that you have gone through a practice process, not just a learning, and that you have actually done it hands-on. So if you start handling and doing things in a process-based manner, the outcome will be a lot more predictable. The quality of the outcome will also be a lot more predictable. So it's very, very important that you implement processes in whatever it is you do, no matter how small. There has to be, that's why you see people ask, is this company ISO certified? Once you're ISO certified, it gets to show people that you're operating at this level. Not everyone needs to be ISO certified. But at whatever level you are, there are processes you can get the organization to pass through. And once you imbibe that process-based management system, it will get you to the next level easily. And you keep rising. So yes, process-based management is critical for you to move up. And even stay where you are, you still need process-based management. You have to implement it. It has to become second nature for you. Kuyik, I hope that answers your question.
I strongly believe it does. Quick, wherever you are, you could just type in what you think about the response. Quick still has another question here.
Yeah, I see another question. What is the link between organizational strategy and business process management? Sometimes I like to pull people back, especially young people. We don't want you to get lost in big, highfalutin words. Business process management, organizational strategy. Those can be big, confusing words. If you boil it down to brass tacks, really, you're saying, what is your strategy for getting from point A to point B? So you have to decide, where is point A for me? This point A where I am I okay with it? If I want to get to point B, what do I need to get? Or what do I need to learn? Or what do I need to do to get to point B safely and in a sustainable manner? So when you say business process management, it's a very wide area. It's also very important. It's all part of you getting from that point A to point B. So how you get there, if you have a good process in the way you manage your affairs, regardless of what profession it is, you have to have the process certified better. Even if you're not certified, if you learn it, it will always do you good. And people will be able to say, oh, yes, this company is not ISO 9000 certified, but they check all the boxes. And people will see it, and it will reflect in the product that you bring to market. Kuyik, I hope that helps too. I see another question. How do I create exciting BPM visions that could lead to entire new process visions for my organization? Again, as I said earlier, I try to discourage people from big acronyms. Break it down. BPM, I believe you mean business process management. You have to assume that not everyone in this forum is a business management professional. So maybe I'll let you rephrase that question so the whole house can understand it. I see our G patients. How can we capture executive attention and transform it into commitment? Fantastic question. See, our G, first of all, once you identify, I need the attention of this person, whether you want that person as a mentor or as a client or someone you work for. First, you want him to hear what you're saying. Once he hears what you're saying, you will get his attention. So what is involved in doing that? You have to choose a time. You have to choose your presentation. It needs to be as clear and concise and to the point. Let's say you're working in an organization and you're doing things in one particular way, and you figured out a way to do it better. If you went to your immediate boss in the middle of a crisis, of course, he will not listen to you. But if you went to him or he comes to you talking about something else and you see a window, you would have practiced presenting your ideas in a very short, quick. You may only get one chance. So you want to make sure that that one chance counts. You say, hey, Oga, look, this thing we are doing like this. Let's even take example, journey management. You say, Oga, our drivers are going on route B. I have seen that the traffic on this route B is horrible because there are new road construction, this, that. And instead of that journey taking them 30 minutes, it's taking them 1 hour. I have also investigated route B. It's going to take them 40 minutes. 3 things are happening here. You're actually drawing his attention to something he may not be aware of. And you're drawing his attention to something that is costing him time and money. And thirdly, you're providing a solution. At least you're providing a suggestion. Any boss, regardless of how impatient they may be, will stop and pay attention to what you're saying. And from paying attention, he's more than likely to tell you, Awaji, this thing you're saying makes sense. Can we try it? Therein lies the commitment. You will get that commitment. It may not be direct, but he's paying attention and he's pushing it back to you. Can we try it? And before you know it, if similar problems arise subconsciously, he will either approach you or expect that, I have young people here who are thinking about those solutions. And don't think that this thing is one way, it flows both ways. One of the great characteristics of good executives, good bosses, is that they actually seek out people who work for them to learn things. If your boss does not occasionally get the opportunity to learn something from you, there is a problem. So it's something you practice. To some people, it comes naturally, but for most human beings, you actually have to give it thought. You actually, before you start looking for that attention, check it out. See if you have better solutions for what that challenge is, so that it becomes much easier to transform it into a commitment from your boss, and you're more than likely going to be part of that solution. Awaji, I hope that helps.
I trust it does help. Okay. Let me look for further questions on this. I consider this one Moffat is asking a question. Looks similar to what you have talked about, but maybe you want to show more light on what your response was.
Yeah, I see Wana is asking, why should our day-to-day operational managers care about process management? As I said earlier, let me use a classic example. Let's say the woman that sells akara and akamu by the roadside. If you think about it, she's the worker, the manager, everything rolled into one. If she fails to manage the process of buying her beans, soaking it, making sure it is soft, grinding it, making sure there is no sand, and the whole process. She has to go through the process of where did she get her palm oil or cooking oil? Is she using firewood? Is she using cooking gas? Basic, very basic things like that. So it's important that the process is correct. If the process is not correct, it's going to get expensive, but probably more devastating is that the outcome will not be predictable. Take this woman selling her Karanda Kamu. If she messes up any of the process leading to the final product you see as a nice fried akara that everybody wants to buy and eat, her product will not be consistent. And before you know it, her customers will start complaining. And once she loses her customers, that's a big problem. I don't know if that analogy helps or whether. Hello, and I hope you got that. How can we capture? I can't see the rest of the question. Odoy, do you see that question?
Doc. Okay, Doc, I want to ask a question. Doc, sir.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay, what are the compelling reasons for my organization to adopt process-based management? What are the compelling reasons for my organization to adopt process-based management?
I missed that, but I believe you're asking what are the compelling reasons for an organization to adopt process-based management?
Yes.
There are so many reasons, but I think we can condense it into one, really. You see, for every organization, regardless of the product you're selling or manufacturing, the most compelling reason for you to follow due process is you want a predictable outcome. You want a predictable product so that when that product gets to market, it will be known for what it is. And your product could be students you're pushing into the market. It could be a car you made. It could be that woman selling her akara. It could be service. Once you have a process-based management structure in place, the outcome, the output will have a certain quality bandwidth that the market is looking for. So that's the most compelling reason for you to have a process-based management, unless you do not want a predictable outcome.
Right, Engineer Kingston, do you have any other question? Okay, so I think.
Excuse me, Doc, how can we make the idea process? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, Doc, how can we make the idea of process management highly contagious?
Come back with that question. I heard process management and highly contagious.
Yes, so how can we make the idea of process highly contagious?
I don't know that it can be highly contagious. I would say highly desirable. And the reason I say that is you want to encourage people to understand that the outcome of whatever it is they are doing needs to be predictable for it to be sustainable too.
Yeah.
Once people have that mindset, that process will become second nature. And you need processes, especially those good processes. There are bad processes too. You need those good processes to become second nature. And the incentive for doing that is that outcome. If people are proud of what they have produced, they can point to it and say, oh, this is my product. They can only want to make it better. So the tendency is for them to go back to the process and see how can we tweak it to even make the outcome better, not the other way around.
All right, I still have one more question. Can I go ahead? Hello, Doc, can I go ahead?
Yes, please. I'm available to 1:45, so we still have some time.
Okay. Why should my organization invest now? Why should my organization invest now in developing a process management capability? Why should we invest now?
Why should you invest in it? Is that the question?
Why should my organization invest now in process management capability?
Okay. Any management process does not happen overnight. I mean, you have to, first of all, say, I like this process. I want to implement it. What is involved? So it's not an instantaneous result. So that outcome you want, you need to invest in it. Let's say you want to, let me go back to basics again. I like my Akara woman. If that woman wants to invest in making her Akara quality consistent, she's going to have to save money and make money available to start doing basic things like making sure she has good supply of water, not dirty one, that she has hopefully cooking gas and good supply of cooking gas, that she has good supplier of beans and all the basic things she needs. you will find out that in our informal system, this woman has customers that are selling her a lot of these things. And over time, you will find that she's not likely to change her supplier just like that. However, if one of her suppliers, like the supplier for oil, supplies her bad oil once, that's a problem. So instinctively, you will find that that woman is checking and cross-checking the quality of the input that gives you that final akara that you buy from her. Because if any one component is bad, it affects the product. So it's not something that happens overnight. There are relationships to be developed. There are channels to be established. So these things will not happen overnight. You have to invest in them, and depending on what it is you're doing, there will be a certain time lag between that investment and the manifestation of that investment in the process in the product. So you need to invest in that process before you can expect results. Yes.
Okay, thank you so very much, sir. It's been really, really enlightening and educating. Growing up and in my early work life, I came to discover that I was thinking, I used to work with an organization that spends hundreds of thousands to millions of naira to gain ISO certification. They will come for a surveillance audit, then they will come for the real certification and re-certification. And of course, I consider these processes quite strenuous. I mean, why do you have to go through all of those reporting routes and all of that when you can just put a phone call across and something, a particular thing is being done? Why do you have to always show evidence, paper to prove every transaction and all of that? It was later I got to really understand that, and this lecture this afternoon rather, has been a very serious eye-opener for me as a person, for the Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club as a non-governmental, non-profit organization. Thank you so very much. Are there last words, parting words for this conference, for this particular session?
Well, I do enjoy talking to young people, especially young engineers, anytime. As young engineers just coming up, the world, especially your nation, is at your feet. You may think, oh, it's going to take me 5 years to find a job. I want to work in Shell, I want to work in Mobil, I want to work in big blue chip companies. What I need you to understand is that, first of all, yes, you have acquired an education. Education by itself, especially engineering education, if it is not put to use, is completely worthless. So you have to tell yourself whether I have been employed, whether I am doing business on my own, I'm a young entrepreneur. You need to set targets for yourself. And better if they are achievable targets. That does not mean you should not dream big. But yes, go ahead, dream big, but set yourself achievable targets so that you do not get discouraged when you fail. As I said earlier, failure is an integral part of success. Fail many times, you will. I'm not a prophet of doom, but trust me, you're going to fail at many things. But those failures, you should look at them as stepping stones. You should never say, oh, I failed, so I'm no good. No. As soon as you fail, find out why you failed. Get up, roll up your sleeves, and figure out how to overcome that failure and keep moving. And by the way, if you did something that you had no failures whatsoever, look out. Maybe a big failure is waiting for you at the end, and you don't want that because that's catastrophic. It's much better that you make small mistakes along the way that you can recover from. So it's very important that we get our young engineers to understand this very basic concept. And as I said earlier on, I'd like you to pay particular attention to who your role model is. You don't need to be in a hurry. There are so many role models around you first. Start from there and then expand your coast. And the network you're in, YEEC, is a damn good place to start. So amongst yourselves, your young colleague can actually be your role model to start with. So don't ignore the diamond that in the rough that is sitting right next to you, and you're yearning for something that's unreachable. So pay attention to your surroundings, basically. And those surroundings include human beings. And once you have the correct set of role models and mentors, the chances of success is, it grows exponentially. Let me stop at this point.
All right, thank you so very much. Just as an aside, talking about education, the engineering education, I just personally, I feel that there is some gap, especially in the Nigerian curriculum. They are not bringing business thoughts to bear in very practical terms. So the average engineer just wants to graduate and join the pool of job seekers out there. It's quite disheartening. And as a scholar, what do you have to say? Any advice to the stakeholders, especially the policymakers, on our engineering curriculum or tertiary education generally, because it's beginning to be really disturbing, really disturbing, and which is one of the things the young engineers entrepreneurs check. Maybe please use this platform to know what your take is. Is there a general revamp or an overhaul that needs to be done? Because someone studied entrepreneurship in school. I was interacting with someone sometime last week, and he literally studied entrepreneurship. Okay, I can't remember the other names attached to it, but entrepreneurship was the keyword in the course of his study. But yet, he's not an entrepreneur, still looking for a paid employment. I think there's a fundamental problem somewhere. What do you think, sir? Just before you run.
As you know very well, I'm not a politician, so I have to tell you a couple of global truths. And we as a nation will have to deal with those truths at some point, whether we like it or not. No nation, none, has moved forward without paying attention to two key things. I can expand it to 4, but let me start with 2. Number 1 is education. You cannot expect an uneducated populace to produce miracles. It's not going to happen. Number 2 is gender issues. I make it a habit, if I go into any place and I don't see any gender sensitivity, I like to walk into a room, be it executive, be it anything, and see women also. Yes, it's a man's world, this normal saying goes, but look around. Which country has moved very forward without harnessing all the genders it has, which is male, female? If you say it's a man's world, you're saying 51% of the population is useless. You'll be making a huge mistake. Maybe in close order, number 3 and number 4, healthcare. You have to pay attention to healthcare. If the education is bad, the healthcare is likely to be bad. And if you ask me what number 4 again, it dovetails back to education again. So as a nation, we need to allocate more resources to education. Education is just not going to class. It includes practical education. Way back, even teachers had practicals. You had inspectors who come to look at teachers regardless of what they are teaching. They want to see how is this person hands-on? So we have to massively invest in education. And education touches just about everything. Number 4, I was going to tell you, number 4 will be energy independence. It still somehow rolls back to education. So if you get your education right, you get your gender issues right, you get your healthcare right, and you get your energy independence, you're well on your way. So it's for our leadership to figure out how to do that. And if you give it some serious thought, it is not rocket science. It's doable.
All right, thank you so very much. Someone, okay, quick. Okay, I'm seeing something he asked. Apologies.
Yeah. How can we measure things that are impossible to measure? I think I understand what you're trying to say. But you can measure things that seemingly is impossible to measure by actually measuring the outcome. Some things you may not be able to measure directly, but you can see the end result of the effect of that thing. So even if you can't measure something directly, you can measure the outcome. Let me use a very funny analogy. If you see someone drunk on the street, most likely you will not be able to measure the quantity of alcohol that person had drunk. But you can see the outcome clearly. So even situations where you cannot measure a particular input, you should be able to measure the outcome. And then you can walk from answer back to question. I hope that helps.
I strongly believe it does. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, for this very enlightening and educating section. Looking through your CV, I see a lot of very beautiful things there. Some of us are aspiring to be where you are. Okay, yes. I'm a trained petroleum engineer, theoretical, of course, with very little field experience. My experiences have been in other sector of management and all, doing a PhD in natural gas transportation. I've visited your firm, Total Support Energy, once to see what I can do. But I think this is a beautiful platform right here where I'm seeing the big man himself. You know, so I believe that I should be able to, I trust that I'll be given the privilege of getting a few facts to help my work, my research work that we're trying to round up so that we can get to that level.
Oh yeah. Although, I mean, we welcome people here every day. But let me also say something. Nearly everyone in this YEEC, I just want to point out certain things to you that you may not be aware of. By being a member of YEEC, if you look at Nigeria as a complete ecosystem, you will find out that you actually belong to the top 1%. This may come as a rude shock to you. And the reason I like to point this out is just so you know, where you are today, you may see it as inconsequential. That is not so. With everything in life, there is someone actually looking up to you. And that person looking up to you, there is someone looking up to that person. So it's very important that wherever we are, no matter the station, as you look up, also look down to pull someone up. And that's maybe where you've heard each one teach one. So don't always look up to acquire a mentor. Please look down to mentor someone. Some of us measure wealth not just in how much you have in the bank. Personally, I think the wealthiest person is the person who has impacted the most number of people positively. So, yeah, anytime we're here, and it's not just me. If you think personally I can help in any way, please send me a note, send me a message. Even if I'm not available, I will point you in the right direction. And I'm turning it around to you to tell you also, there are young people out there clamoring to get your attention. Please make sure you make out time for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. It's been really good having you here. Thank you so very much. As a vote of thanks, I want to really appreciate you, Engineer Dr. Ubani Nkagineme, for spending about 2 hours with us or even more. You've been here even while we were trying to sort a few things out. I see humility, I see patience. With your very busy schedule, you have made our time to be here to inform, and of course, business people at large hooked onto these programs. This program are business executive, owners of captains of industries. They are all gleaning from your wealth of experience and knowledge, which you have chosen to share freely with Nigerians and Africans at large. We don't take this for granted. We don't take it lightly. We say a very big thank you to you. I'm going to leave the floor now to Engineer Kingston to give his vote of thanks.
Okay, it's quite exciting moment with you. I knew that it's going to be great. I know that lots learned from you. So I know what the outcome of this meeting. So let me thank you, Dr. Bani. Always find time to help young people. That has been your character perception. We are glad that we have you. I want to assure you that we continue to do this, following your line, following your mentorship, your advice to help us take from where we are to where we want to get to. So, on behalf of all of us, Young Engineers Entrepreneurship Club Africa, we want to say thank you. We love you. As a way of appreciation, we are sending the board has already taken some critical decision to make you a fellow of Africa Council. So we'll do that in communication. We'll email to you, and then it's a date where we'll come to do the conferment of the fellowship, be led by your friend, your brother, Engineer Justice Derevaka, advisor to the Minister of the Children, who is the chairman of the fellowship council. So on behalf of all of us, we want to say thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much,
sir. Africans, I want to say thank you everybody for opening up on this very exciting event.
Thank you very much.
To StreamYard and other platforms. Thanks everybody. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, Engineer Kingston. Thank you very much, Dr. Ubani. God bless you and have a nice day.
God bless you too.
Okay, thank you Thank you very much, Africans, for this beautiful time we have spent. It's been very exciting. It's been educating. It's been so much for your own business, and I'm very sure. I'm so very sure right now. Everyone is brimming with knowledge and set to go out there to straighten up their business processes and if they to the growth and progress of their own business. Dr. Bani emphasized so much on the importance of mentorship and touched very crucial areas of mentorship as well as business processes. Thank you so much for everyone who called in. Thank you so much for everyone who sent in their questions via the various social media platforms. Thank you so much from all of us at Geek Africa. Let's do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow promises to be. I want to keep you in suspense. Of course, the speaker from the speaker to even that of the topic. I choose to keep you in suspense. 12 noon tomorrow, Thursday, the 18th of February. 2021 will be yet another very expository one. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
The problem of unemployment gives rise to the problem of poverty. Young people, after a long time of unemployment, find the wrong way to earn money. To get a hideout from the unemployment stress, they accept alcohol or drugs. But we have found a way to help you, yes, you, to get a job, internship, or become self-employed. Hi, my name is Irene. Do you want a place where your innovative ideas and inventions will be amplified and showcased to the world to attract investors and linkages? Are you interested in building a career in the oil and gas industry? Do you have desire to learn cinematography and photography at no cost? Do you want financial aid or seek capital for entrepreneurial development? Or are you interested in ICT software development and surveillance training? Well, YIG Africa is the biggest and newest platform to help you achieve your dreams. As YIG Africa, we will hold your hands through the process by offering you the needed mentorships, trainings, fundings, and linkages. All YIG Africa programs are free for our members. So, hurry now, register and become a member of YIG Africa. How do you register? Simply log on www.yigafrica.com/membership to choose your preferred membership category. When done, a unique membership code will be sent to you. Use your membership code to apply at www.yigafrica.com/programs. Download the form, fill it, scan it, and send it back to us at programs@yigafrica.com. To get all our announcements and updates, join our Telegram group for direct conversations at t.me/YIG Telegram. Being a part of YIG Africa and getting our free trainings will be one of the best decisions you ever made. Your future self will thank you.